Cristian Lomas writes, "Hey guys, love the show. I started watching a few months ago and haven't missed an episode yet. You guys rock. My question is, do you think it was a mistake for DC and Warner Brothers to make the Green Lantern film before they had their cinematic universe ready? I feel like Ryan Reynolds would have been perfect in Justice League alongside Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, and would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks and bring on the filthy."
I like the question, and the reason I like the question is because it goes towards what I have always had as my biggest criticism for Warner Brothers and their DC properties versus what I see them improving upon now. But I've always felt that their main problem was they never had a plan. It's like, let's do this next and then figure out where we're going to go. And then let's do this. And you're right, Green Lantern should have been made in such a way that opens doors for a cinematic universe, or they should have waited. And look, I'm like everybody else. I fully acknowledge all the problems of the Green Lantern movie. I still contend that Ryan Reynolds was not one of those problems. I think the problems all start from the script, and then it's hard to make anything good once the script is really bad. But that being said, no, I agree with it. I think they moved too fast. I believe this is a symptom of what used to be a big problem at Warner Brothers with their DC properties, of not having a plan, just being very reactionary instead of being deliberate and planning things out. Now it looks like they're trying to chart things out and plan them before they go step by step, which is a big improvement. We'll see if it works or not. But yeah, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think this happened before they started planning what they were actually going to do with their universe, and it did taint the character for me. I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he was fantastic. He did as good a job as he could with that script, but that world is so hard to explain. It was such an alien world, and they just rushed through it. It was really mediocre. The special effects weren't that great. So I think they have to work hard now to get him to be a likable character again.
Yeah, true. Rose?
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't necessarily a mistake to release, a standalone film before, but before they had the plans intact, of course.
Yes.
Because they did have an end credit scene that teased a big baddie that could have led to other, films within their universe, but then it didn't go as planned. And I also agree. I really like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I think he also just keeps improving, and I think he could have done, Hal Jordan justice, but you can only be a good product in a really bad film, and it's not going to do that much for it in the end, because a bad movie is a bad movie even if you're fantastic in it. So I am disappointed because he's a great character. We obviously are going to get him in Justice League, but we've seen so many standalone films in the Marvel, cinematic universe that have worked so well to lead into the Avengers. So I would have preferred that because I'd rather see the origin and backstory and then all of them team up. But they kind of blew their chance there. So now they have to do it the other way and introduce the characters that way. So I'm okay with it now that we actually have a plan, but I do think it was a wasted opportunity.
See, I've always thought the DC should do it the reverse.
Well, now, because they have to distinguish themselves from the MCU.
See, even then, unlike the MCU, I've always kind of felt like the MCU, the DC universe has characters that really nobody knows or cares about. And I think what you do is you need to launch them in a movie with the big characters that we do know and care about to get them some popularity and notoriety. And then you launch them out on different things. It could have worked your way too. I mean, who knows? We're never going to find out now.
We just want it.
But anyway, Schnapp, what do you think?
I look at Green Lantern. I honestly think Ryan Reynolds was miscast as Green Lantern. Especially after seeing it. I mean, let alone just the movie itself was a giant, horrible mess. Big brown cloud at the end, just stupid, just bad. I don't like any of it, really. But I think Ryan Reynolds is a really funny, talented actor. I can't wait for him to be Deadpool. I think they should just they should move forward with that. I think it's Fox, whoever owns that. It's like get going. It's like that movie will be great. Keep it a hard R. Let him run his mouth like he does so well. Green Lantern just didn't work. I mean, so yeah, Warner Brothers has been hesitant and tentative since since Batman and Robin. Since 1998, they've been really frightened to move forward in any type of a committed, like, we'll do one movie and wait 6 years. It's like this kind
that didn't have Batman in the time.
Well, Batman or even Superman, you still had to wait 6 years. So it's, it got to that point of ridiculousness when you saw Iron Man and Hulk and all these movies, and then all of a sudden, wow, Marvel has a cinematic universe. Remember the 90s when Marvel couldn't get a movie made? And DC was the dominant. We have Superman, we have Batman, we have all these cartoons, and Marvel was just all like crawling around. Well, we got the Punisher.
Selling their characters off so they could stay out of bankruptcy.
About to go bankrupt. So it was like they did go bankrupt for a minute. So now the roles are completely flipped. So I'm glad that DC, Warner Brothers are finally like, look, let's make our plan. Let's get it to go. I mean, I'm all for them like reverse engineering it. get all those characters, introduce them in a movie, splinter it off.
Just have a plan.
Yeah,
Just have
the
a plan.
is important. And if Ryan Reynolds and they integrated maybe even the Brandon Routh Superman, they were unsure if they were going to do a Superman 2. You go through like what could have been. Maybe if they introduced Superman in this, it would have helped boost it in some way. But I don't know. It's like that's the past. So now we've got what's going on.
I think though, like you could have had Daniel Day-Lewis playing Green Lantern in that movie, and it still would have been a horrible movie. I mean, that thing was just such a mess.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.